she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Miez. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Can't get out of this!
Seriously!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'm just getting started! Not on my watch! Mega Ray!
your
I'm all summed up! Mega Ray!
Swirl dance!
Dance in the wind! Seal!
Talon Hurricane!
More with that Eagle Flame!
I'll finish you here and now!
Right! Raging Cascade!
Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon!
Flame! Reload! More with that
Here I come! I'm ready when you're ready! This is looking good! Try harder! You look well! carve through armor!
There! This one's all mine!
Healing circle!
I owe you one!
Lightning rage! This one's mine! Feel! Hear me! Flame of fury!
First strike!
Glacial spear! More where that came from!
I'm on it!
You picked the wrong fight!
Stay away! Raging Paladin! Where are you going? What? In here!
That's freaking done it!
Dance in the wind! Air for cover to capture! My astral
No further!
More where that came from! Hear me! Flame of fury! I'll heal you all! Photon blast! More where that came from! Thunder blast!
Try this!
Right!
Infernal Torrent!
Now you see what I can...
Burning strut! Raging storm! Here goes! Laser cyclone!
Not today!
Rip it! I'm just
You're
getting
mine!
started!
You're finished!
Denied! Them for me!
Photon blast!
You're finished! I'm not done!
Strike!
Chinese supernova! Power of water!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
That's freaking done
The
it!
sky is mine! In the wind! Here goes!
Dragon Gap!
You're on!
Where are you going? Not in your dreams!
You're
Lightning
mine!
orb!
It's over!
More where that came from!
This one's all mine!
Feel!
Try this! I owe you one!
Right. Photon storm! I'll heal you all! Gale force! Healing
Armor
circle!
won't save you! Ready to go!
I cannot. Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Swallow dance!
You're
Lightning
mine!
orb! Lightning condensed!
No escape!
Gemini Thunderblade!
Them for me! Swallow dance! First strike!
Into the shadows!
Eat dirt!
Brimming with hatred.
Hard up! Frickin' fool! In a vine?
Take
Will
this!
this help?
You're finished!
Tectonic fire!
Raging storm!
Damn!
I owe you one!
Talon hurricane!
Dragon swarm!
In here! Into the shadows!
Explosive ring! It's this it!
Nice one! More with that Constantine!
For me!
Photon storm! Dance to the wind wall!
You're mine!
Field!
You're finished!
I'll be saving you!
I'm not done! I owe you one!
Water field!
Mirage!
More where that came
Here I
from!
come! It's over! Mirage!
Lightning orb!
Donut!
Glacial spear! Piercing wall!
Ready to go!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Far enough!
Photon blast! Thunder field!
What's
Dance
this?
in the wind! Field!
Here I come! No escape! Burn in hell!
More for the
Swallow
storm!
dance!
Flame of fury!
Take this!
Strut!
Dragon
Chinese
form!
supernova!
Try this!
I'm on a roll!
Explosive ring!
Death foam!
Dragon form!
Now I'm real mad!
Death foam!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
You're mine!
Lightning orb!
I'm not done! Take this! First shot!
I never miss!
They're attacking separately!
Can't let me hit him! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Whirlwind snap!
Here's a
You're
healing
mine!
sting! First aid!
Dragon form!
Confiscated! Lightning! Raging cascade!
Here I come!
Armor won't save
You're
you!
finished! Try harder! Not a chance!
Dance in the wind!
Ready to go!
Photon blast!
It's too much! I owe you one! The earth throbs for aid!
You will suffer!
No further!
Freeze laser!
You're mine!
Get this!
Talon hurricane! Rip and tear!
Ignite!
Behold my
It's over!
Wits about you, people!
Take this! You're finished! Annihilate Gale Force! I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me! And again!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Try this!
Silver Dragon!
Explosive ray!
Raise in the sky is mine!
You're mine! Try this!
Armor won't save you!
Explosive ray!
Dance in the wind! I'm on air!
Dragon Floor!
Leave the target! Denied!
Dragon Floor!
Let me help!
Explosive ray!
Take this!
I owe you one.
Field!
Burn in hell! Dragon Floor!
Hurricane! Take it now!
Blade!
I'm only just I'm on the wall!
Dragon Floor!
You're such a failure.
You'll pay for that! Try this! Explosive ray!
That's the best! Razor Cyclone! Resuscitate!
Dragon Floor!
Here we go again!
Arch Seal!
Felt fine not too long ago.
Alex Sword!
Raging
Behold
No
my
escape!
true power! Her Master Core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Stardust!
Where are you going?
You're mine!
Now you see what I can do!
Glacial
You're mine!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Now in the groove! So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms are so special. And now, you're mine!
Will suffer!
One more!
I'm just getting started!
Behold
my
Dragon
true power!
My astral energy!
Try this!
Mega Ray!
Explosive ring!
Dust to dust! In the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
Field!
Blow away!
Larva Letting!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster! Now you see what I can do!
Radiant Spear! Mega Ray!
You require a help.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that! All good things come to an end.
Try and run! Behold my true power!
I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again!
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down?
What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Xion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dena. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Leori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shionne. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it!
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! It's over! Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Slash! Swallow this! Here I come! It's over! Dragon Swarm! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Slash! Swallow Blade! Slash! Stardust! You're finished! You're finished! Rising Wyvern! Take this! It's over! You're mine! It's over! Take this! It's over! Here I come! It's over! This should do it! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Strike! Try it not again! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! You're my... This should do it! You're mine! Not again! You're finished! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Mirage! Take this! It's over! Strike! Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Try harder! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! Stardust! You're mine! You're finished! Here I come! Ah!
Alvin?
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Speaking of Thistlelim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renin maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imerys.
Imerys? As in Xion Imerys?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen. What you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Xion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Xion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Xion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess. What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No!
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy. Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Here goes!
I'm not done!
If it hides, just back it out again!
Look sharp!
One more! You're finished!
Take this!
It's already strong!
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
Eagle fly!
Rising Viper!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Raging Cascade!
Rising Viper! You're mine!
Now I'm in the head!
Rising Viper!
I can carve through armor!
Eat dirt!
Nothing gets
Here I come!
Now!
You're finished!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Swallow dance! The enemy wields ours too.
We'll soon see about that!
It's over!
Watch my
It's over! Here I come! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
It's over!
Take this!
You're mine!
Supernova!
You're finished!
Lightning Condemned!
Here I come!
Thunder Blade!
It's over!
The power of light!
No escape!
In a vine?
Alright, let me at it!
You're mine!
Astral Energy!
Flaming meteor!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here I come! You're finished! Eat dirt!
More for the
We did it!
Photon Flash! More with that
Look sharp! One more! Tiger Blade!
Here I
Not
come!
in your dreams!
Strike!
Raging
Take this!
Cascade!
Power of light!
You're finished!
Alright,
Let me handle!
Take this!
Dance in the wind!
You're finished! Rising Viper!
More for the stockpile!
don't leave me all alone.
Not done yet!
Far enough!
I'm on it!
Take this!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I come! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when...
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not! Xion's our friend! Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, But when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right. That she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. you guys checked your equipment lately?
You can never be too prepared.
That turned out good, if I do say so myself.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
All right. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work!
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
No holding back!
Dragon Swarm!
This'll be a piece of cake!
Dragon Swarm!
Thunderblade!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Eat this!
Are those
Dragon
guardians
Swarm!
natural?
This one's mine! Tiger
Dragon
Blade!
Swarm!
Can't be swirled!
I'm on guard!
You're mine! It's over!
Tiger Blade!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah?
You picked the wrong fight!
To me!
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Double me! In an instant! Blast it! Impact block!
It's go time!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
More for the stockpile! Here goes!
This one's
Not
mine.
in your dreams!
Dragon Form!
I feel Sprite.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest? I've got a really bad feeling about this.
In a bind?
Dragon Form!
In here!
Rising
If they
Wyvern!
rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Thunder Field!
Mirage! Dragon Form! You picked the wrong fighter! Dragon Form!
That's it! I'll stop its
Rising
charge!
Wyvern!
Thanks, Kisara!
Mirage!
Going in!
Dragon Form!
Bridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Swallow Dance!
I'm
just Dragon Form! Dragon Form!
One more!
Here I come! You're finished! Rising Wyvern!
Umbrella!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
A comfortable win.
I've got a really bad feeling about
Dragon
this.
Form!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Anything
Just as well, I'm here to stop you.
Dragon Form!
First strike!
Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
Dance in the
Dragon
wind!
Form!
Feel!
You're mine!
Not in your dreams!
Can't get out of this! Now I'm in the groove!
You're mine! It's on!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This one's mine!
Here I come! You picked the wrong fighter!
Far enough!
Take
Lower
this!
that
It's over! Try harder!
Gale Force!
Mirage!
Dance in the wind! Air
Take this!
drop!
Going in!
Swallow Dance!
One more! The Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Look sharp! I'm on a
Here.
roll now!
I'll
Tiger
be
Blade!
saving this one! Here
This
goes!
should do it!
Where that came from!
Dragon Swarm!
On guard!
More
You're
for the
finished.
stockpile! Lightning energy!
It's over!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising
Dance in
Wyvern!
the wind! In here!
Here I come!
More for the stockpile!
Now or never.
Hurricane! You're finished!
Looks like we got them all.
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
Yourselves. This one's tough.
Dragon
Swarm! Take this! You're finished!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Not in your dreams!
Strike! Eat dirt! Take this! Dragon Swarm! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
Tiger Blade!
Here I come!
Make it rain!
Rising Wiper!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
This one's mine. Tiger
In a
Blade!
vine?
Take this!
Tempest Swirl!
Make it rain!
Kisara frozen!
Hammer! Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renan like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going...
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false. Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... you know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Let Astral Raging Cascade!
Dragon Form!
Dance in the wind! It's a duel of the arts! Get on in there with the others!
I'll smash you!
Here goes!
Take this!
Leave the enemy cards to me!
No place here!
Now!
Talon Storm!
Eat dirt!
You made quick work of them!
want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
Eat this! Rising Wiper!
Far enough!
You're finished! Here I come! You're finished!
Blow away!
You're mine! You're finished!
Not on my watch! I'm on a
It's
roll!
time!
Eat this!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Looks like trouble with capital
Dragon
T!
Swarm! Together we got this!
This one's
Dragon
mine!
Swarm! I'm not done!
Going in! One more!
Slash!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
I'm not done! Eat dirt!
Going in!
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine!
Look sharp!
You're finished!
On guard!
Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back! Look sharp!
I'll trim it up! In an instant! Impact Block!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
Take down!
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Shouldn't have messed with me! Whirlwind snap!
How about this?
Look sharp!
Come one, come all!
Meteor!
Here I come! It's over!
Hurricane! I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on it! Dragon Swarm!
Lightning orb!
I'm not done!
Swallow dance!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
First strike!
Going denied!
Talon Hurricane!
No complaints from me.
I need something to eat.
man. I hope I live long enough to regret this.
You picked the wrong fight! Escape!
Alright, it's showtime!
No further.
Chinese!
Take this!
Destruction!
This'll take That's my cue!
Here I come!
Shut him down!
They got me flanked!
Eternal devastation!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Blah, blah, blah!
Take this!
Cyclone!
I'll smash you! Destruction!
Now I'm in the groove!
Crush!
Talon Hurricane!
Eternal devastation!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
I think I'm getting stronger.
What's this thing?
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
This one's all mine!
Green natural energy! Lightning Bolt!
Eternal devastation!
hiding from the
Can't get out of this.
Glad you had your uses.
Arts too.
You'll soon see about that. Not on my watch.
You're mine! It's over!
Light astral dance in
I'm
the
not
wind.
done! Try harder!
Sleep now.
This one's mine!
What's this? It's over!
Lightning control. Thunder. I can see it right away.
Attack time!
You're mine!
Make it rain! Look sharp! Take this!
Eat dirt!
Breaking
No
storm.
escape! Crush!
Going in.
You're finished!
Take this! Tiger Blade!
Captain Swirl.
Eternal devastation!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
This one's
I'm not
mine!
done! Crush!
Photon Splash.
Tiger Blade!
Eternal devastation!
In here.
Going in!
Prepare to be sealed.
I'm gone!
Take this.
Now.
Take this!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Whew. Thank goodness we won.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel...
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
This one's mine!
I'm on it! Destruction!
Lightning condense.
What is
Far
this?
enough!
Hey, you okay?
I can still do this!
All here!
I'll smash you!
Here goes. Not on my watch.
I'm on a roll
Lightning
now.
condense.
I'm gone! That's it! Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your luck. And done.
Let's keep up the
Not
pace!
done!
Lightning
Here I come!
condense.
Eat this!
Thunder.
now! You're on! Make it rain!
Lost. Demons descend.
Flashing bang!
This one's
Not a
mine!
chance!
That's it!
Lightning
Eternal
bolt.
devastation!
Dance
This
in the
one's
wind.
mine!
Air thrust.
Eat this! Look sharp!
Destruction!
Now.
Going in!
Demons descend.
Flashing bang! We managed to pull through.
picked the wrong fight!
Raging storm!
You're mine!
No armor can stop me! Allow me to stand at this side.
You're mine!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and totally to me!
Here I come! You're finished!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
This one's mine!
Can't get out of this!
Make it rain!
It's on! No escape! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine!
Lightning orb!
I'm practically unstoppable.
No backing down!
Eternal devastation! You're finished! Here I come! It's over!
They may look mutant stuff, but they're vicious!
Eternal devastation! Take this! I'm not done! Crush! Destruction! Crush!
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing bang! Easy!
Way to go!
It's on! In an instant! Impact block!
Blah, 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 that's it!
You're mine! You picked the wrong fight!
More for the stockpile!
Come on,
Going in! Do it! Take this!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right.
Eternal devastation!
Denied!
Armor won't save you!
Take this!
Wind after
I'm on guard!
Here goes! Don't mind if I do!
Hey! Blow them away!
Flaming meteor!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Raging Glimmer Flash!
You picked the wrong fight!
Now!
Eagle assault!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
You're on!
Tiger blade!
Lightning orb!
Destruction!
Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
one's mine.
Dragon Crush!
Thunder Blade!
Take this! You're finished!
Nothing seems to phase you, Kisara.
Must be years of strict training.
I wonder if I could ever be like that.
Going in!
Crush!
Tiger blade!
Eternal devastation! Crush! Eternal devastation!
Raging
Eagle assault!
Could have been worse.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
No backing down!
Eternal devastation!
Dance in the wind!
Destruction!
Arch Steel! Don't mind if I do!
I'm not. This one's all mine! Eat dirt! I'm not done!
In a bind?
Here I go!
Do it! Demons descend! Flashing bang! Easy!
Way to go!
Here I come!
Far enough!
You're mine! It's over!
Armor won't save
Now!
Tiger blade!
you! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
That's it!
Raging
I'm on a roll
You're
now!
mine! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Take this!
You're
Tiger
mine!
blade!
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Here I come! You're finished!
Raging
Law!
Cascade!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Hold
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
Then let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Here's the fire! Hit him where it hurts!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Extra energy!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
It was nice while it lasted. Prepare to be sealed!
Tempest swirl!
Here I come!
Time is storm! Crush it does it!
Destruction!
Take this!
Tiger blade!
You're mine!
Far enough!
Struck!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Destruction!
Tiger blade!
Raging storm!
Going in! Tiger blade!
Shining supernova! Raging cat!
Tiger blade! Their arcs were interrupted.
Eat this!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
First strike! Eat dirt!
Wind astral energy!
No! Further! I'm gonna need more of this!
Gale force! Light expert! Coming through! Air thrust! I'm sorry.
You'll pay for that! Eternal devastation!
Dance in the wind!
Denied!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Try harder! Eternal devastation! Crush!
Its defenses are down.
Oh, beat it to dust!
Tiger blade!
Armor won't save you!
It's over! Crush!
Hold on to your arms. Here I come!
Destruction! You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger Blade!
In the wind! You're finished!
All this one here and now! One
You're
more!
finished!
Tiger Blade!
Stand! Destruction!
Flaming meteor!
No further! Crush!
Eat this! Unguard! Hurricane! This one's
Turn
down!
on
Eagle
station!
Fly!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Unguard!
Unguard! Different from before.
It's about to come at us. Look sharp.
So now you're getting serious?
No escape!
First strike! This one's mine!
Eternal devastation!
Piercing hurricane! Go in!
Now.
Let's tear him up! Go in!
Eat dirt!
Eat this! One more! I'll Tiger Blade!
Try harder!
How do you like being pounded into shape? Guess I had to use it sometime.
Air thrust.
Alright, let me out.
The earth throbs in pain.
In a bind, take this! Eagle Blade! Coming through! Now I'm in the groove! On guard!
Eternal devastation!
This one's mine! Going in!
It was nice while it lasted.
Look sharp!
Destruction!
Tiger Blade!
Shattering the pieces!
Dance in the wind.
Crush
In
it
here.
down! There!
This'll come in handy.
On guard!
I'm not done! First strike!
Alright,
It's
let me
on.
at him! Hurricane!
All right.
Eagle Fly!
It's showtime.
This should do it!
This one's mine!
Tiger
Blade!
Try harder!
You require a hand.
Going in!
Take this!
In a bind, Tiger Blade! Eagle Assault! Time to shoot!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust. What would I do without you?
We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky.
Right.
I'm expert.
Still
Coming
anyone's
through.
fight.
I can handle
Dance
it!
in the wind.
Far enough!
In here. Not on my watch.
On guard!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
You're finished!
Take this! Tiger Blade!
Tiger Blade.
This one's mine!
The enemy is going all out.
No escape!
Here's an.
The power of light!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Ready to go!
Thunderblade.
The earth throbs in pain.
Can't get out of this!
Going in! This one's
Gale
mine!
Force. Lightning
Tiger
Blade.
Blade!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Try harder!
Astral energy.
You're mine!
Look sharp!
Dance in
You're
the
mine.
wind.
Tiger
In
Blade!
here.
Rolling snap!
Enemies immobilized.
Look sharp!
Lightning condemned.
Denied!
Destruction!
Thunderblade.
Smash you!
Go in!
One more time.
Take this!
Eternal
Make it
devastation!
rain!
Dohalim.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogl's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tovalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleland that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Shion's waiting for us.
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here!
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Grimlow. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely?
That is what I said, yes.
Pelegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside, exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of Water or no, this place has a
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry, it's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle. Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did. Just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense, though. I mean, it was Astral Arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana, then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. I'm counting on you, Alphen.
want to go back to bed.